A quiet apartment in Milwaukee. The summer of 1991 weighed heavy with humidity, and inside the Oxford apartments, neighbors whispered of a strange, foul smell seeping through the vents. Some thought it was spoiled food. Others believed it was plumbing gone bad. But one thing was certain: something was wrong. Late one July evening, police were called to the building for what seemed like a minor disturbance. A young man, terrified and trembling, flagged them down. He claimed he had narrowly escaped from his neighbor's apartment. His story was frantic, fragmented, but chilling enough that the officers agreed to follow him back. When they arrived at the door of apartment 213, nothing could have prepared them for what lay inside. The man who opened the door appeared calm, polite, even soft-spoken. His name was Jeffrey Dahmer. The officers asked to step inside, and he hesitated just for a moment before allowing them in. What they found in that small, cluttered space would shake the world. At first, it seemed ordinary. A fish tank gurgled in the corner. A few photographs hung on the wall. But then, one of the officers noticed something. A drawer half open, revealing Polaroid photographs. Photographs so disturbing that the officer at first thought they were fake, but they were not. In that moment, the truth shattered the illusion of normalcy. The apartment was not a home. It was a prison, a workshop of horrors. And the man standing calmly before them was not just a neighbor. He was a killer whose crimes had spanned over a decade. That night, the world learned the name Jeffrey Dahmer. It is tempting, when faced with such darkness, to paint the story in black and white. To say, here stands evil, here stands the monster. And yet, behind every door is a deeper story. Behind every crime lies the uncomfortable question: why? Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment revealed unspeakable acts. But as investigators unraveled his life, psychologists, philosophers, and ordinary people alike found themselves asking, was this man born evil, or was he made evil by circumstance, upbringing, and society? This is the question that has haunted us for decades. The philosopher Thomas Hobbes once argued that humans are naturally violent, selfish creatures, that without order, we descend into brutality. Rousseau, on the other hand, believed we are born innocent, corrupted only by the society around us. Where, then, does Jeffrey Dahmer fall? Was he proof of Hobbes's bleak vision of human nature? Or was he Rousseau's tragic child, shaped and broken by forces beyond his control? To the neighbors in the Oxford apartments, Dahmer had always been strange, but not threatening. He was quiet, kept to himself. Occasionally, he shared food with the residents next door. And yet, behind the closed door of 213, the silence hid a storm. The discovery of Dahmer's crimes did not just horrify the public. It forced us to confront the limits of our understanding of human nature. If someone so unassuming, so seemingly ordinary, could commit acts so extraordinary in their cruelty, what does that mean for the rest of us? Where does darkness like this come from? Psychologists point to a combination of factors: childhood neglect, social isolation, identity struggles, and unaddressed trauma. And others argue that no amount of hardship explains the meticulous, chilling pattern of his behavior. Some see it not as nurture, but as something intrinsic, something unexplainable. And here lies the haunting paradox. Jeffrey Dahmer did not appear like the villains we imagine in fiction. He was not the shadowy figure in the alley. He was the man next door, the soft-spoken neighbor, the one you might never suspect. That is what unsettles us most. True crime stories often provide resolution. The killer is caught. Justice is served. But the story of Jeffrey Dahmer resists such simplicity. His capture in 1991 was not an ending. It was the beginning of a question that still lingers. Are people like Dahmer born with something missing? An empathy switch that never turns on? Or are they shaped, step by step, by family fractures, loneliness, and silent desperation, philosophy asks us to look deeper, not just at Dahmer, but at ourselves. If we believe in free will, then we must say he chose his path, step by step, crime by crime. But if we believe in determinism, that we are the product of forces beyond our control, then we must ask, could his fate have ever been different? And that is where the story truly unsettles us. Because in Jeffrey Dahmer, we see not only the monster we fear, but also the reflection of questions we cannot answer about humanity itself. As the flashing lights of police cars lit up the night sky in Milwaukee, neighbors gathered outside, confused and horrified. The man they had passed in the hallways for years, the man who smiled politely but rarely spoke, had been hiding one of the darkest secrets in modern history. For the investigators, it was the end of a long nightmare. For the world, it was the beginning of a fascination that has not faded even 3 decades later. But if we want to truly understand what happened behind the door of apartment 213, we cannot start in 1991. We must go back to childhood, to the first cracks in the mask, to the early signs of isolation, obsession, and decline. Only then can we begin to approach the question that lingers in every retelling. Was Jeffrey Dahmer born evil? Or was he made evil? To answer that, we must go back to where it all began.